Welcome back to The Mindful Mic, a podcast where we can explore mental wellness, community connection, and the people working every day to create hope and opportunity for young people and families. Today, we're honored to be joined by Mary Irby, Director of Operations at Freedom Youth Foundation.
Freedom Youth Foundation is dedicated to supporting foster youth by creating safe, empowering experiences and opportunities that help kids feel seen, supported, and hopeful about their future. In this episode, Mary shares what it's really like to work alongside foster youth, the realities many of these kids face, and how community, consistency, and caring adults can make a lasting difference. We'll also talk about the programs FYF runs, the stories that stay with her, and how all of us can play a role in supporting foster youth.
Hi, Mary. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. We just got back from a long holiday break, right? We had just New Year's. So happy New Year's, we should say to everybody. 2026.
Crazy.
You are our first guest of 2026. So we're happy to have you. I want to have you introduce yourself and also Freedom Youth Foundation. If you want to give a little background on how you became involved with the organization.
Yeah. So I got involved with the Freedom Youth Foundation about 4 years ago. It was through a friend whose son-in-law was the founder of the foundation. And he originally started this nonprofit in California after he got out of college and had been to Serbia to put on a camp that was intended to help bring children from the various villages together. So on his flight home, he decided he needed to do something back at home in Southern California. So it started there. He and his family eventually moved here to Idaho. And after COVID was able to start up the foundation again. We started, just with basketball camps and some soccer camps. And he needed some kind of consistent support. And so I was looking to volunteer. I had retired when I moved here, and one of the things I wanted to do was volunteer. But we moved here in February and COVID hit in March. So I didn't get to right away. But as soon as I was able to, I joined Shane in this amazing effort.
Which is, if we can just rewind a little bit, the Freedom Youth Foundation, what exactly is the mission? You specialize with children in foster care?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe just a little background on what the organization is.
Our mission is to support, encourage, provide consistent presence with foster youth, kinship youth, as well as adopted youth. So all of the events that we have, all of the services that we provide are directly benefiting that group of youth.
And excuse my ignorance, can you tell me what kinship means? I haven't heard that before.
That was a new one for me as well. Kinship is when a family member or a close friend is taking care of a youth that can no longer be with their biological parent.
Okay, that makes sense. So your organization offers a place for all these individuals to come together, have some sense of community and involvement in activities.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
And your age group is under 18?
So we are 5 to 23.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So we offer a variety of programs for teens, for the littles, and everybody in between.
And do you have a physical location? You said you do camps, or do you work with other nonprofits to provide those services?
So we put on, yes, we have an office. We opened our first office in August of 24.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a very, very exciting day. And it has allowed us to offer kind of one of our, I think, most impactful programs to date. But so yes, we have events. We do them at gyms.
Do you have to use other gyms like for Boise, or because when you say you have an office, you just have an office maybe for admin, but do you actually have a place where you have the camps and all those events go on, or do you have to go to other places for that?
So we have partners.
Right.
For some things like Topgolf, for jiu-jitsu. We have events, 3 events of jiu-jitsu a year. Topgolf hosts us 3 to 4 times a year. When we play basketball, we have used the Boys and Girls Club facilities for the basketball camps. We've used church fields for soccer and football. So we just, really reach out and rely on other community type services to help us give these kids these opportunities.
So kind of your main purpose is for foster youth to come together and be a part of something that they have something in common with. And also, I would imagine for foster parents as well.
Yep. We want to empower these youth. These youth are the most deserving youth. And at no fault of their own, they have found themselves in this situation.
Right.
And so we want to empower them. We want them to know people love them. We want them to know there are people to help them and support them, and show them that they can have dreams and goals, and that there are people that care.
That's incredible. Do you find that it's typically, a kid dropping in 1 or 2 times a year for a certain event that they're interested in, or do you see a lot of them just go through all the activities in the program?
Yeah, so there are those that come to 1 or 2 events. Typically, it's more of our bigger events, like our big Santa event that we just had in December. But then there are many kids that are repeats, and that's so rewarding to be at the event and have them recognize me or recognize our other volunteers who are consistently responding to our requests, and they remember us and we remember them. And it's amazing to see them from one year to the next.
Right.
How important is that stability, would you say, to see, the familiarity of knowing you and other volunteers?
It's incredibly important for these kids because they don't have a lot of stability. They may be at one house in January, a different in February. They have to get used to and familiar with new rules, new ways of life, and just the uncertainty that they have of where they're going to be. So when they come to our events, it's really great when they recognize us and we recognize them, and we can say, how did that event go last month? Or how are you doing in school? So it's very important for these youth.
Yeah. A lot of challenges that they face, like you're talking about, not having stability, not having a consistent home base. Their guardianship changing. So when you look at those challenges that they are dealing with, there's also a lot of misconceptions, I think, that people have about foster youth. Can you maybe talk about that a little bit, or what you see?
Yeah. So me personally, I came from California. My career was in California. It was very busy. I knew nothing about foster kids, nothing about adoptions, didn't interact with people that were involved in that world. And so coming here and getting to be part of it has really opened my eyes and expanded the compassion that I already have for people anyway. And So I think a lot of people think about foster youth that they're in that situation because of something they did, that they're difficult. And that's just so not true. It is, like I said earlier, they are in that situation because of nothing they have done. They are taken out of their home, sometimes quite often in the middle of the night, by a complete stranger. If they're lucky, they get to grab a bag and throw some of their personal items in before they walk out the door and go somewhere that is completely foreign to them. Right. And so it's just really, really hard. And it's hard to think about that when I think about how my kids were raised or how my friends and family raised their children. And to think about that is, it makes me want to cry. It's just a horrible thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's devastating to think about not having that security of home and trying to find your forever home. Do you see with foster kids that they end up getting adopted, or is it just a cycle of going from home to home? Or
I think it's more so a cycle. Yeah. But there are really amazing stories about people, single moms, adopting siblings, right. a sibling group. We have a parent that was a foster parent and brought her kids to the events all the time, and she volunteered while she was there. And probably just in October or November, she got to adopt them. She's got 4 kids now. Shane, who is our founder, I mentioned him earlier, they were doing respite care, and then they progressed into foster care for these 2 infants. Yeah. And in December, beginning of December, they adopted these 2 sibling little babies, and they already had 4 kids of their own. Wow. And so there are stories like that, that do exist. And there are stories where children are in a foster care situation for a very long time, which is really wonderful because it's providing them that stability, that care that they're lacking or had been lacking.
Right. I'm not really familiar with our foster care, program and what we have here. I know with the children's home, we started out as an orphanage and then went into foster care. It was not for a very long, it wasn't very long before we went into counseling. But what is the foster care system like in Boise or in Idaho? Do they just keep the families together a lot, the kids together? Is it they're trying to find adoptions as much as, I just kind of explain to me what it's like here for the kids in Idaho.
Yeah. So it's a lot. The foster care system has grown leaps and bounds in the last 18 months. There was a new director hired, and his number one focus was on foster youth, foster families, increasing the number of foster families, improving the systems that support the families, working and ensuring the caregivers, not the caregivers, but the social workers have the tools that they need to support these foster kids and these foster families. So it's very supportive. There is one of their main focuses is to keep children in the home with their biological families, which isn't always the best place for them.
You're talking about the aunts and the uncles?
No, or the parents.
Oh, with the parents. Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay.
And so
trying to work that out. Okay.
Trying to work that out. And sometimes that's just not the best place for the child until those parents or parent can get some help with whatever the issues are that they're having. And then, if it goes into a foster care situation, then, that's the next step, and making sure that they have the right families available through their screening system. And it's, a pretty involved application process to become a foster family, which is really good. Mm-hmm. So I would say the system is doing the best it can, and has certainly made tremendous progress in the last 18 months or so. One of the things that got passed, and Shane was part of this, was the extension of the aging out age to 23.
To 23, that's why.
Yes.
23, I was thinking like you, Grace, like 18, but
it was 18.
Yeah. That's great though to hear that.
Yeah. And so that was huge. That was a huge step. And it is an important step because the teens are, people struggle wanting the teens. And, at 18, they were, okay, it's your 18th birthday. Yeah. See ya. And there weren't a lot of services available to help them. So step in Freedom Youth Foundation.
Yeah.
And we offer programs for those teens and individuals up to the age of 23. We have financial literacy. We have employment readiness. We've been very fortunate in 2025 to get donations that will allow us to offer scholarship programs for college, for trade, for tutoring, and some for sports. We are building a mentorship program this year that will specifically focus on the teens. And again, it will allow them to have some consistent interactions with people that are there to help them and guide them and do whatever they can to help them be successful.
Wow. So you mentioned a little bit that Shane, your founder, was involved a little bit on the policy side in expanding that age range. So does your organization have additional partnerships with the state or other policy leaders to make sure that the word gets out about these programs, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so we have a great relationship with the Department of Health and Welfare. Actually, Shane was invited by Alex Adams, who was the director and then got appointed by President Trump to lead health and welfare for the nation. Alex invited him to go to the White House when Trump was signing the executive order about foster care and supporting youth. And so their relationship that started here in Idaho has now carried through to Alex's appointment in Washington, D.C., such that we have meetings with people from the White House, which blows my mind. I look at my calendar and I go, this is a White House appointment? How is this even possible? So we have a very strong partnership at a national level, as well as with the new director of the Department of Health and Welfare here in Idaho. And we work together. We do joint events together. They take our information included in their new family packets. And it's just a really important relationship that we have built with them.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I was wondering and hoping, I'm like, this is an amazing service, and hope that everyone that needs it can find out about it. So that makes a lot of sense, and it's probably also helpful for the foster parents too, right, to already be equipped with that information. Yes,
and one of the things that the department has set up is with the social workers, they are assigned, areas. And they all have Facebook pages, and they're on our distribution list. And so anytime we have an event, they post it on their Facebook. We have a distribution list of about 600 families that we communicate with 2 to 3 times a month, because we offer events twice a month.
Wow.
So
I kind of want to step back a little bit. You had mentioned about the parents and how sometimes, although they want to try to keep the kids with their parents, that's not always what they can do. Are there programs or social workers or any help for the parents that they go through? That I don't know if that might be something that's completely now different from what you guys do, but is there help for parents to try to, I guess, figure out how to get their kids back, but in a healthy, productive way, or learn how they can parent better, or figure out how to get their, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of going around in circles, but I just want to know what there is for parents to get back into that situation.
Right. I can't speak specifically to the programs that the department offers to the parents.
Parents, okay.
But they do stay engaged. They do have caseworkers that work with them and monitor their progress and manage the visits, because they still have visits, biological parents with the foster youth. And recommendations are made about, whether or not there's been enough progress, it's a safe place for the child to go back to. So I know that they do work with the parents, but I don't specifically know
programs
the details.
Okay. Yeah.
So these children, as we've mentioned, have a lot of challenges that they're overcoming, and probably just a lot of stress in terms of figuring out where they're going to be living, what the status update is on their biological parents. And I imagine that there's a lot of stigma around this topic, and talking about it at school or with friends is probably pretty scary. So do you find that these events that you put on allow for these children to come together and share experiences or connect on that kind of way? Do they talk about these things? Do they connect on them? What does that look like?
So our events definitely bring together this audience of foster youth, so then it allows them to be around youth that are in a similar situation. I have never heard foster youth talking to each other about their experience, although we certainly don't prohibit that.
Yeah.
They come, they have fun, they connect with somebody.
Just kids being kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Our tagline is, it's for the kids.
It's for the kids. Yeah.
Everything we do is for the kids. From the very beginning of their foster experience, hopefully to the end. And one of the things we did in 2025 was we wrote a book. It's actually kind of a mini novel, quite frankly. It's for foster youth, and it's a story about these sibling children going through the system. And it's got some really real stuff in it, including positive outcomes and foster youth graduating from college. And so we did it to allow the kids to, feel like they're not alone.
Yeah.
And
not feel different, maybe.
Not feel different, yeah. And that there is hope for their future. We have named it Max and Sophie's Second Chance.
That's the name of the book. I was going to ask you. We got to plug that name.
That's the name of the book, Max and Sophie's Second Chance. We will have it to the printer probably next week.
Oh, great.
And hope to have it out by February 1st.
Oh, how exciting.
It's super exciting.
So where can people expect to access this book?
So we're going to put it on our website. we are going to have it at our events. Any of the other events that we go to that are put on by, the department or just foster organizations getting together to, support the community, we'll have them available then. We're going to give them to the children.
Can you purchase them on your website? Is that what you're saying? When they're on your website, they can go in and buy one?
And buy a book.
Okay.
Yeah. Not sure if we're going to make it Amazon purchasable.
Yeah.
It's super exciting.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's incredible. So I imagine that the proceeds from those sales probably feed back into the organization.
Absolutely.
Do you accept donations? Do you charge to attend these events?
Oh my gosh, all of our events are free.
Amazing.
We feed them, they get dessert. So everything is free, including one thing we haven't talked about, but it's like one of our big programs that's been wildly successful is Parker's Closet.
Oh, yes.
And those are, we have 2 closets, and they are full of brand new clothes. The tags are still on them. Nothing has been worn before. Nothing has been used before. It includes everything from, the pajamas and undergarments to a bag for a girl and a backpack or a hat, all the accessories, winter coats when it gets cold, swimsuits when it's, summertime. And so that too is a free service.
And it's all donated? The community donates that? Or is it?
It's either from donations. Eagle High School did a clothes drive for us.
Fantastic.
Late last year, and we got some clothes and shoes during that event. There's boutiques that when they're changing out their seasons, they give us their clothes that are still brand new.
Yeah.
And then we purchase new clothes when those things are lacking. We don't have enough from those sources. And so we purchase that with donations. We are completely donation run. We have very little overhead. There's only 2 of us. So the majority of the funds that we receive go right back into our programs, right back to those kids, making sure that we have the right equipment, that we have the right events for them, and that we are able to feed them when they're with us.
Oh, that's so great. I love that.
Yeah.
I am curious. This is kind of just my, not knowing a lot about our foster care system here. Is there a need for more foster care parents, or do you know anything about that? Or like how is it hard for kids to find a family? And if they don't, where are they going to?
Yeah. So one of the things the department has been focused on of late is getting more families to sign up as foster families. So they have a contract with an organization that is regularly out in the community, advertising, talking about being foster families. And so they have a very active effort going on to retain more foster families.
That's great. And the great thing about what you guys are doing is that I can imagine that people are thinking it would be great to foster, but it'd be really hard, and whether resources out there, and you help provide that resource for them. So I think that's really great.
Yeah. One of the things, when Shane and his wife adopted the youngest, they got that child from the hospital, and they went to pick up this newborn, and the hospital had like nothing for them to take this baby home in.
Goodness.
And the car seat that they provided was like, we're not putting this baby in this car seat. And so one of the things we're working on is putting bags together, like duffel bags together, and getting them to the hospitals so that when somebody does have to come and get a baby right from the hospital, that they have some supplies, some diapers, some formula, a blanket, a onesie, something.
And that would go through you. Like if I wanted to do an infant basket or, new basket like that or something, then I could contact you and then you help make the arrangements with the hospital.
We're working with the department on this and trying to find the right resources at the hospitals to talk to about giving these bags to them so that they have them.
Wow. Yeah. Something you just really don't think about, but I bet is a huge need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never thought about from the infant. You don't think about it from that,
Yeah.
from that point, starting that young.
So you mentioned that you just have 2 staff members, so I assume the rest is volunteer run.
Yes.
How do you recruit volunteers? Can this be anyone that's interested? Is there a process to go through?
There is, and our volunteers are incredible, and we love them, and we could not do this without them. So yes, anybody can request to come and volunteer. We do a background check on every volunteer. So they have to clear that before we can allow them at our events. And then they show up and they can sign up. We communicate with them as frequently as we do with our families. Because when we're communicating with families about events, we're going to need volunteers for that event. This last year, we did our first annual volunteer appreciation barbecue, so that was super fun. It's kind of the beginning of us building a volunteer community, because sometimes a volunteer will say, "Oh, is so and so going to be there?" And so they like to be together. Yeah. So our goal this year is to hold a few more volunteer events to build those relationships and give them an opportunity to bring their friends to the event so that we can recruit more volunteers.
You also mentioned earlier a mentorship program that I'm not sure if it's in the works or if that's available yet, but will that also rely on some of these volunteers to act as mentors?
Yes, and
that's what our phone's ringing. Somebody wants to talk to her, but we are not going to let her talk because we're going to take all of her time right now. No.
Okay.
You're fine.
So the mentorship program is a new initiative this year. One of the things we just worked through our roles and responsibilities at work. And I just have been feeling like I really wanted to do more with the teens. And when we were able to offer scholarships that, was teen focused, and we're going to start offering more teen specific experiences. And so the mentorship, a mentorship program just falls right into that area. So I'm in the process of building what that mentorship program looks like. Yes, I will need volunteers. I will probably need, volunteers that are willing to commit, to monthly or twice monthly meetings with youth. I have no idea what it looks like, but I'm going to be doing some research with some other organizations that have programs and just get ours built and get it out there to those very needy teens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that idea. And so you have the volunteers. Soon you'll have the mentorship program, so you'll need, the volunteer mentors. And then obviously donations. Do you have a big event every year or throughout the year?
So our to date, our biggest fundraiser has been our golf tournament that we always have in May. And this year we're going to have our first annual gala
Oh, exciting.
Exciting and scary.
We'll sit down with you. We're just planning right now our 29th, I think it is, something like that. So, yeah, we can sit down with you on that and give you the insight.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's well worth it.
Yeah. And we're doing something very non-traditional in the gala world. We are going to make it a carnival theme.
Oh, fun.
And family-based.
Oh, that's
so
great.
that families can come with their children.
Yes.
The children can, play all of the carnival games. We're going to have all the carnival food.
That is so fun.
Auction, raffle. Yeah, we're super excited. It's a little risky because, parents are going to be watching their kids. And so we'll see how that goes when it comes to, like the auction part and that kind of stuff. But
when is it?
September 12th.
September 12th. Okay.
September 12th.
They can buy tickets online? Or they'll be able to eventually?
They will be able to.
Okay.
Yes. We actually have our kickoff meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
With some folks that I'm hoping will be some real strong volunteers and advocates for us. Yeah.
How exciting. So is this, will the carnival and gala just be for the families that you serve or any families that are interested in participating?
Yeah. I mean, if the families that we serve want to come, they are welcome to come. But I mean, this is a fundraising event. So, we're looking to our current very consistent partners that we have, getting more partners, donors to attend. But yes, it will be open to whoever wants to come.
Oh, that's great. I think everyone's always looking for some fun, exciting event like that to take their kids to.
Yeah.
Your kids would love that.
Oh, my kids would absolutely love it. Yeah. And I think it's great too because, I'm actually thinking about that right now. Another thing to put on my calendar. It sounds great. I also think it's the fun thing about taking the kids is, especially if you have the preteens and you're taking them, it's never too early for them to start learning about giving and about, what it looks like to, give back to our community and be a part of that. And so I think it's fantastic. They get to learn that.
Yeah.
Even if they're not in the foster care, they can learn what that is. And maybe they learn about volunteering and what it's like to give back.
So to that point, we actually encourage our volunteers to bring their kids to the events and interact with the kids. Boise High School is going to do this amazing event for the kids in February. They're going to invite the kids to come to the basketball team's dinner before their basketball game, and then give them tickets to sit right behind the basketball players, give them time on the court.
Oh, so fun. Good job,
the basketball. Yeah. Well, good job, Jana.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Are we talking about Janabelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Janabelle.
Shout out to Janabelle. That's who connected us together with Forge. Shout out to them. They're also a supporter of ours too. So she arranged for that. That's great.
She's an incredible human. She's just amazing.
Oh, that's so great.
Wow. Yeah. So, it's looking for people like that or schools or other businesses that want to help us give these unique experiences to the kids, like Top Golf, like Jiu-Jitsu. Ada County Sheriff's Office does 3 events a year for us. And their last one last year that they did, they had the SWAT people out there. The kids were in the gear. They had relay races, all this stuff, all the vehicles and the sirens and the whole thing. And so, those types of experiences we can't do that. And so we need the community to help with those kinds of opportunities.
And I'm so glad you brought that up because I think you're making a lot of light bulbs go off in people's heads like, oh, my company can do that. You have Forge Building that has made this connection, for you guys to have this great experience. And other people might be listening and thinking, oh, well, I didn't realize I do have a connection that the kids might think it's fun to go a Steelheads game, and I have a connection there, or, to a Boise Hawks game, or whatever it is. So everyone, put your thinking caps on. If you have some connections or something fun that you think would be great, then definitely need to reach out to Mary on this. So,
yeah. Well, and kind of like you mentioned, Colby, with your kids, I just think it's so great because it's strengthening the community on so many different levels. I mean, even people who have never heard of your foundation, that don't really know about this cause, if they work for one of these companies that's getting involved, I mean, it's a great way for them to find out more. I remember when I used to wait tables in a restaurant, we'd donate a bunch of food to a local nonprofit. And I didn't really know much about them, but it was a great way for me to learn how to get involved and just to be more aware of the issues that are happening in our community. So I just think that's great that, you're touching so many more people than just the youth that you're serving.
Yeah.
So, and companies are looking to do that. Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Awareness. I think companies are looking more to do that. To have their companies involved with nonprofits and how they can give back.
Yeah.
So we need to keep
keeping. Lots. Yes. We need lots of those types of relationships and support.
Because you want the kids to keep coming back, because yes, you need to have the volunteers and the donors to make this, to make this wheel go round, but you also have to have the kids interested in wanting to come. Yeah. You don't have the kids there, then you don't have a program at all. So you want it to be fun and interactive for them and stuff. So,
which is one of the reasons we need to focus on the teens a bit more.
Yeah.
Because basketball, the teens would come to, but we wouldn't get many teens at our Ada County Sheriff's events. So we need. Oh, what's the go-kart place?
Wahoo's.
Well, Wahoo's. And then there's another one.
My son just went out to it. It's out in Meridian Speedway or something. Is that
well, we've gotten tickets.
Have you gotten
to
from
those.
There? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about so that the teens can drive the cars.
Yeah.
And it is Wahoo's has that also, but there's another strictly go-kart kind of place. That we would love to be able to take those kids there.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be so right up their alley.
What are some other things, in case people are listening, that I would think maybe for the older kids, concerts or something? I'm sure they would love to go do that and get their own little section, or I don't know, something like that. So
and if any of your listeners have ideas, it's been a while since I've had teens. I don't know what teens like to do anymore.
I know, right?
So that's a really great suggestion.
Well, I think that if anyone's listening that can, volunteer, and donations are great. If you can't do any of that, then just, giving ideas, or introducing to people that, sometimes we have This is a well-connected community. And connections and community. Grace knows my favorite 2 words. But this is a great place where people do know so many people that have their own businesses or that can give back, and it doesn't cost a lot to do that.
And it's amazing to me how much this community, this state, contributes and is community involved. It's just crazy to me because it is not something I was familiar with back in California. So it's just been great.
It's a strong presence here of that. There's a lot that people can do. We're definitely going to have it on our website on mindfulmike.com. People can go to, and we'll have a link to your site, and then they can go directly over and learn more about how they can get involved. Or if you're a foster parent, and you're looking for stuff to do with your kids and resources, excellent place to go. Is there anything else that you'd want to give a shout out to?
Yes. So you can also help by following us on social media.
Yes.
So it's Freedom Youth Foundation on both or all 3, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So we would love to grow our followers and get people to see what we're doing, because we're out there putting, reels of our events and always being very careful about not showing kids' faces, which makes it a little challenging.
Yeah, we have that here too when we have our events, and I'll have to ask if I can take someone's picture, and you get a response both, yes and sometimes no, which I completely understand. But it makes it, I know you're like, oh, I just want to show how cute everyone looks and happy they are. But I get it too. Yeah.
So, so follow us on social media, visit our website, freedom-youth.org. And you can email me, Mary at freedom-youth.org. I would love to visit, and if anybody wants to come see our space and our closet and what we're doing, we'd love to have them.
We are so happy that you came to talk with us today. It's been so wonderful to learn more about your program that I didn't know, and I'm excited to share it with everybody.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me and listening with such great ears, and to your audience for anything they can do to support the foundation.
We have a great following, a great audience of people that like to share and spread the.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, Mary.
We thank Mary so much for sharing her time, heart, and experiences with us today. The work that the Freedom Youth Foundation is doing for foster youth is truly meaningful, and we're grateful for the impact they're making every day.
Thank you for listening to The Mindful Mic. If this episode resonates with you, please share it, subscribe, and help others continue to amplify voices that are making a difference in our communities. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep the conversation going.